man, I am so tired. I'm just dead. So hi, for today's video I decided to do the Reading Habits book tag. I wasn't tagged by anyone, but yeah, it's a good like get to know you kind of tag, and I always love listening to other people's reading habits just because we're all so different, but we love the same books, and that's just kind of cool. Alright, we're gonna get into it. Question number 1 is, do you have a certain place at home for reading? Not necessarily. At my old house, there's this red chair in our living room that I absolutely love to read in, or on like the couch, but most of the time I just read in my bed, because I'm definitely like a before sleep reader. So I guess my special place is in my bed. Question number 2 is bookmark or random piece of paper? It kind of depends. If I have a bookmark right there, right by my book, then I will use it, and I'll use it for the rest of the time that I'm reading that. Otherwise, it's just kind of what I have. Sometimes if they're hardcovers, I'll use the like actual cover as like a bookmark. Other times I use post-it notes. Other times I dog ear. Yes, I am a dog ear kind of person. But yeah, it just kind of depends on what's closest to me, and if nothing's close to me, then I will dog ear that thing. 3. Can you just stop reading, or do you have to stop after a certain chapter, a certain amount of pages? I mean, I guess I can kind of just stop reading. I'd like to finish the paragraph or the sentence first before I'm like, fine, you can have my attention. But if I'm reading at night, then I definitely stop when there's either like a page break or a chapter. Unless I'm like super tired and I can't keep my eyes open anymore, then I'll stop at like the end of the paragraph. But I always wait for like a good place to stop. Like, I'm not the kind of person that's like, oh, I'm tired, I'm done with this paragraph, I'll just stop. We have to be moving on to like the next scene or something like that, like the next action. So yeah. Question number 4 is, do you eat or drink while reading? Not necessarily. If it's an ebook, I'm more likely to eat or drink while reading, just because like I can, like I don't have to like worry about like turning pages with both hands. But like if it's a physical book, then no. Question number 5 is multitasking, music or TV while reading? I used to be a huge music person while I was reading, but that stopped. I don't even know why that stopped. It also depends on the type of book I'm reading. Music doesn't necessarily bother me, and like conversations don't necessarily bother me if it's an ebook, but if it's a physical like paperback or hardback, like I need, I need silence. I need to be able to just dive into that world, and I don't necessarily know why that is. Question number 6 is, one book at a time or several at once? Normally I like to stick to one book at a time. Like I tend to read like a lot of like children's literature while I'm reading like a novel, like, so then it's multiple, but most of the time I stick to one book. If I am reading multiple books, it's probably because I'm not necessarily enjoying one of the books that I'm reading, or it's just kind of like a slower book, so I have to have something fast-paced with the slow pace. Question number 7 is, reading at home or everywhere? Everywhere. I much prefer to read ebooks everywhere than physical books, just because, I don't know, there's something like sacred to me about physical books, but like ebooks I'm not necessarily like, oh, my baby. A physical book, I just need to like sit down, like they just make me want to sit down and like get comfy, where like ebooks, I read ebooks so that I can read everywhere. Question number 8 is, reading out loud or silently in your head? I mean, I don't really care. Lots of times I just get like this urge to read out loud, and so I read out loud. If there's people around, I won't read out loud, but I definitely like do when I'm by myself, and I have that opportunity to just kind of be just me and my book. If also, like for school books, if I'm not understanding them, I do read them out loud, just because like it's a lot easier to comprehend. Question number 9, do you read ahead or even skip pages? Okay, I sometimes read ahead. If a book is just like I get so stressed out sometimes when there's like lots of drama or just things happening in books, and so like I need to like calm myself, and so I'll skip ahead a little. I used to be the kind of person, oh my gosh, this is so bad. When I was like book shopping, I would refuse to read a book if I didn't like how the last page read. I read the last page of almost every book I bought up until like 3 years ago. Yeah, and I still sometimes do it. I've gotten better. Like normally, if I'm reading the book, I'll skip to the end and be like, okay, everything's fine. But I'm not the kind of person anymore that like sees the book, reads the last page, and is like, oh, okay, I'll buy this. So yeah, I know I'm a failure. Question number 10 is breaking the spine or keeping it like new. I love to break the spine. I do. I definitely think I've gotten better at not breaking the spine, but it also depends on, one, if the covers of the books are pretty, I will most likely not break the spine. Two, if I absolutely love the book, then I'll probably break the spine. I know that seems backwards, but it's how I am. Yeah, so like all of my Percy Jackson books, the spines are broken, but like the Lunar Chronicles, the spines are not broken, because they're really pretty covers, and the prettiness is like right on the spine, and so I just don't want to do that. And question number 11 is, do you write in your books? It depends on the book. If it's a school book, then absolutely I'll write in it. If I'm studying the book and like trying to better myself as a writer, or I'm studying the book to like help you know, future stories or something, then I will write in the book. I don't necessarily write in the books that I like read for fun, just because I don't know actually why I don't do that. I tried actually to like highlight my favorite quotes in like the first Percy Jackson book, and I did it like 3 times, and I got so stressed out that I couldn't do it anymore. I have started to like tab my favorite things. That way I don't feel like I'm ruining the book. If I'm not studying the book for like to better my knowledge in like writing and my understanding of literature, then I will not mark it up. So yeah. And the last one is, who do you tag? I am going to tag anyone who wants to do this book tag. Yeah, I think that we should always just do book tags, even if we're not tagged. So if you want to do this, please do it, and then shoot me a comment saying that you did it, because I'd love to check it out. But yeah, so that's it. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. See ya. Bye.